The alveolar air valve is a device that is used to fractionize the whole exhaust breath under the Flowers model to distinguish the anatomical dead space air from the rest. As well as the turbo, it is contained in a plastic case for its protection and transport, together with the accessories, the power supply unit, 24 VDC output, and the power cord. The AAV consists of a steel structure carrying a mechanical actuator suitable to open and close, alternatively a channel of the collection circuit. Depending on the CO2 concentration. As well as the turbo, the device is connected to the power through its power supply unit and the power cord. The cap that protects the mechanical shutter, designed to prevent damage to users that can introducing accidentally the fingers in the actuator, is removed. Then it is inserted the specific sampling circuit for the alveolar EBC collection, represented by this sample. Practically, the circuit positioning is done by pressing the plug at the actuator front. We can insert the collection pipe, releasing it. We can insert easily the discharge pipe. So at the beginning of the collection pipe must be result close and the discharge pipe open. The valve activation is done through the electronic circuit. Following the instructions clearly described on the instruction book. The display placed in the upper part of the AAV allows to verify the different functionalities for the activation and setting, described in the instruction booklet. The power switch is on the left side of the AAV, while in the rear you will find always an electronic protection fuse and the power connector. AAV can be used by itself in case we want to collect VOC, or it can be utilized if you want to collect the EBC. In that case, the turbo must be assembled in series with the AAV. Always following the instructions, we can excel in the appropriate mouthpiece of which it is inserted, the capometer or CO2 detection, that therefore enables the activation and operation of the valve. Following the correct activation procedure, the capometer must remain on the on support to blackout position for about 10 seconds. Later will be moved in the detection position and fixed to the circuit. Pressing the OK button on the control panel, we start the self-calibration time based on the CO2 concentration in the circuit. The calibration time needs 20 to 30 seconds. When we hear the beep, it means that the self-calibration time is ended, and therefore pushing again the OK button, we can start the sampling. This is a functional cycle which is maintained over the time as much as it takes for the collection of the sampling adequate necessary to carry out the necessary investigation. By pressing the reset button, it restarts from zero. The instruction booklet for use is really clear and concise and permit to use the device in the best way possible. At the end of each sampling, before to remove the disposal circuit for replacement, the instrument must be switched off and the campometer sensor placed on its support. To remove the circuit from the replacement, we make a reverse way the same operation of the insertion. It can be used by itself in case we want to collect VOCs, or it can be utilized in the most common use together with a turbo for collecting alveolar condensed exhaled. Important: the instrument can be used both with conscious or ventilated patients. Clearly, the type of circuit used changes depending on its use.